What's up, EFD? With relegation battles hotting up across Europe following the international break, let's take a look at 10 players in danger of going down who other clubs should be taking a look at. 10. Patson Daka. Given they have finished in the bottom half of the Premier League just once since winning the title back in 2016, it's pretty mad that Leicester City sit below Nottingham Forest just 1 point above the relegation zone at the time of writing. And one of the reasons for the Foxes' decline over the last 2 seasons is their poor transfer record, with Boubakary Soumaré and Yannick Vestergaard both flops at a combined €37.6 million, and Patson Daka still yet to fully gain the trust of manager Brendan Rodgers. And if Leicester were to go down, Rodgers may live to regret not giving Daka more of a chance. Jamie Vardy, who has scored just once this term and is taking just 1.2 shots per 90 minutes, less than half that of Daka, has somehow made 7 more appearances than the Zambian forward this term. And while he may have hit 15 in the league last season, the Leicester coach probably should have seen his decline coming sooner. As for Daka, who is still just 24, his superb record at Salzburg, where he scored 27 goals in his final campaign at a rate of 1 every 72 minutes, is evidence enough of a striker who can produce at the top level. He may be too big a risk for an elite outfit, but he certainly doesn't belong in a relegation battle. Clubs with European ambitions should be keeping watch. 9. Yunus Musah. Valencia's problems are long-running and well documented. Go and check out our explainer on their current situation after this if you haven't done so already. But few would have expected them to be in the relegation zone, with only Elche having taken fewer points than them with 12 games of the season remaining. And even if they stay up, it wouldn't be out of character for owner Peter Lim to sanction some big sales, with Gonzalo Guedes and Carlos Soler both departing last summer. And out of the current crop at the Mestalla, Yunus Musah is an intriguing option. Originally from the Arsenal academy, the US international moved to Spain 3 years ago, and having just turned 20 at the end of last year, has already racked up over 80 La Liga appearances. He is also tactically versatile, playing primarily on the wing under Javi Gracia and Jose Bordalas before Gennaro Gattuso permanently shifted him to his preferred position of central midfield, where he also impressed alongside Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie at the Qatar World Cup. An excellent ball carrier who isn't afraid to take a man on or bomb into the box, Musah has the potential to explode in a better side. 8. Mohamed Salisu. There are plenty of players, especially young talents, who will be targeted this summer if Southampton drop out of the Premier League, and our pick of the bunch is Mohamed Salisu. He may not possess the hype of teammates slightly younger than him like Romeo Lavia, Armel Bella-Kotchap or Kamaldeen Sulemana, but at 23 he is already an accomplished centre-half. Moving from Ghana to Spain in 2017 to join the Real Valladolid academy, Salisu got his big break in 2019-20, marking himself out as one of the best defenders in the Spanish top flight in his debut season at just 20 years of age. And aside from a first campaign marred by injury, he's been incredibly solid at St Mary's. Last season he ranked 8th in the Premier League for tackles, while Everton's James Tarkowski is the only player in Europe's top 5 leagues to have made more blocks than him this term. And while these numbers wouldn't be so high if he was playing in a dominant possession-based side, they do help explain why Southampton, despite being poor going forward, have been far from relegation worthy at the back. Salisu's steal has helped the Saints concede fewer shots per game than Man United, while West Ham are the only bottom half team to have conceded fewer expected goals against. Let down by the inexperienced Gavin Bazunu behind him, Salisu's reputation shouldn't be sullied by the Southampton stoppers' poor campaign. He could be one of the summer's smartest pickups. 7. Christoph Baumgartner. Like Southampton, Hoffenheim are a club that developed a great reputation over the years but have struggled in recent seasons, last qualifying for Europe in 2020 and sitting just 1 point above the drop before the spring international break. But while they have found themselves in this predicament due to a horror 14-game winless run, in which they have also avoided defeat just twice, attacking midfielder Christoph Baumgartner has remained a source of inspiration, with Andre Kramaric the only teammate to score more than his 5 goals and only Angelino registering more than his 3 assists. Compared to Bundesliga legend Michael Ballack, Baumgartner provides a serious goal threat from midfield, hitting 2.5 shots per 90 minutes. And at 23, he is Hoffenheim's most valuable asset, with the Football Observatory valuing him as high as €35 million. With 2 years left on his contract, now may be the time to cash in on the Austria international. 6. Bono. Now a household name among football fans across the globe after his heroics at the Qatar World Cup, Sevilla and Morocco stopper Bono has been a mainstay in La Liga since 2017, originally joining Atletico Madrid's B team 5 years earlier and spending 2 seasons on loan at Zaragoza in the Segundo division. After impressing across 3 seasons at Girona, the Quebec-born goalkeeper jumped ship for Sevilla when the Catalan club were relegated in 2019, and he's been a key player for the Andalusians ever since, helping them win the Europa League in 2020 and qualify for the Champions League for 3 consecutive campaigns for the first time in the club's history. But fans will be hoping for more heroics from him as a worrying season draws to a close, as the club enters the final stages with their 3rd head coach of the campaign and sitting just 2 points off the drop. Whether they avoid it or not, they will definitely be missing out on European competition and the revenue it brings. If they are forced to sell in the summer, Bono will surely be one of their most sought after players. 5. Dodi Lukebakio. This time having to witness their far smaller city rivals Union Berlin fight an unlikely title battle, Hertha Berlin have endured yet another forgettable Bundesliga campaign. Having needed to win the relegation playoff to remain in the top flight last term, they may need to do it all again, sitting 16th before the international break. The only real positive has been the form of Dodi Lukebakio, whose 10 league goals is more than Serge Gnabry has managed for Bayern Munich and also accounts for 1/3 of Hertha's total output. This already represents his joint best goals return in a league campaign, and with his contract up next year, he looks set for a bargain move away in the summer. Given he is also hitting a career high 2.7 shots per 90 in a side that ranks towards the bottom of the table in all the major goal scoring and chance creating metrics, now may be a great time to take a chance on the 25-year-old. Valued at around €10 million, he represents a low-risk investment who is approaching his peak. 4. James Maddison. The second Leicester player on our list, we simply had to include James Madison, who may not come cheap, but looks more likely than ever to leave the King Power. Valued at over €50 million, but with a contract up next year, the English forward has long been touted for a move to Newcastle, who are looking to consolidate themselves as a top 6 Premier League outfit. And there are far worse options they could be going for. Able to play anywhere behind the striker or even as part of a midfield 3, Maddison's versatility and productivity, having hit double figures for goal involvements in 4 of 5 Prem campaigns, make him a very attractive option for a side about to qualify for Europe. Ranking in the top 14% of attacking midfielders and wingers in Europe's top 5 leagues for non-penalty expected goals and assists, Madison is still managing to create opposition defences serious problems despite Leicester's decline. Now in his peak years at 26, he could hit even greater heights in a more dominant side. 3. Ilan Melia. He may be enduring a poor season, with only Mark Travers and Gavin Bazunu registering a worst post-shot expected goals record in England, but at 23, Leeds goalkeeper Ilan Melia has already shown enough promise to suggest he doesn't belong at a relegation-threatened club. Of course, you could say the same for a lot of players at Elland Road, with Tyler Adams, Rodrigo and Mark Roca having played for Champions League outfits, and youngsters like Wilfried Gnonto and Crescencio Somerville looking set for bright futures. Linked with Chelsea and Man United over the last 12 months, while a Champions League club would be a huge step up for Melia, his ability with his feet does make him an attractive option for clubs looking to upgrade in that area of the field. And while he does certainly have an error in him, this has not been helped by playing behind one of the Prem's most erratic defences. In a more solid defensive structure, Melia has the physical and technical attributes to develop into a top stopper. It will involve a club taking a chance on him, but the potential reward could be big. 2. Bona Sosa. One of the most productive fullbacks in Germany across the last 3 years, despite Stuttgart's declining performances over that period, Croatia left-back Bona Sosa is overdue a move. Since the beginning of the 2020-21 season, he has provided 23 Bundesliga assists, and with Filip Kostic having left Frankfurt and David Raum losing some of his powers at RB Leipzig, few if any in the Bully can match Sosa's output from left-back. In fact, across players in all positions in Germany, only Jonas Hoffmann creates more chances per game than the former Dinamo Zagreb man. Not even a resurgent Rafael Guerreiro or Alphonso Davies can get close to him in this regard. And while he is not such an active defender, this hasn't actually been Stuttgart's biggest problem, given they've conceded fewer goals than anyone else in the bottom half of the Bully. However, he could be even more effective if given license to roam in a more well-rounded attacking outfit. Offering quality delivery from set pieces too, Sosa is a catch. He should finally get his big move this summer. 1. Declan Rice. And one man who looks almost certain to get his big move this summer is Declan Rice. The West Ham captain has been tipped for a Champions League club almost ever since he broke onto the scene back in 2017, and now in his 6th season as a regular at the London Stadium, it feels like the right time for the 24-year-old to move on. He will of course leave a big hole. David Moyes' side has struggled this term despite significant investment in the squad, and given their lack of depth in central midfield, Lucas Paquetá may be forced to drop deeper if a lights-out replacement isn't secured for Rice, who continues to rank among Europe's best midfielders for ball progression and reading of the game. Wanted most notably by Arsenal, Rice's career could be about to hit serious new heights. But first he must steer West Ham away from what would be one of the most unlikely relegations of the last 20 years. So those were our 10 relegation threatened stars your club should sign, but what did you make of our list and can you name any more? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and subscribe to Euro Football Daily if you're new here. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.